there playing peanuts.
I'm still afraid to admit which way I wipe.
What you mean? You be wiping towards the ball?
I mean, I don't know.
Are you fucking serious?
No,
What?
That's crazy.
You what? You wipe towards your balls?
I don't think so.
Anyway, man. So I use I use wet wipes.
I don't know. I mean, they should have people like kind of like that should be something you have to like instead of like your gender, like say which way you wipe. Like that way people can just assume your gender right there.
I get it, I guess. I don't know, but I've never heard of a man wiping towards his balls.
Yeah, that's insane. I think that'd be who would do it, you know?
It
Nobody I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
There will be so much opportunity for you when we were talking before about having kids. You have your kid. You have to make the choice. Do you want to miss things in your kid's life or do you want to take the opportunity? And I think there's a balance there that you're going to have to strike.
Dusty Slade told me something, not necessarily about the kids in general, but he said that there's people who like comedy is their life and then there's people who comedy is their job. And I think I'd rather it be my job.
Yes.
Because,
You have to be. Like in Japan, they have a high suicide rate because
they do so much comedy.
Yeah.
This is too funny.
Yeah.
I have a problem with cleaning ladies. But you know also I have a problem with?
What?
The people that call the 911, what do you call it?
Dispatch people?
Dispatch people.
The people that like help save people's lives?
No, if you watch any like podcasts about murders and stuff and you hear dispatchers,
Yeah.
it's like they're like the most insane people on earth. It's like, my husband was just stabbed to death. He's still in the house, right? I'm in the closet. Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down, bitch. My husband's dead. Like, you know what I mean? I can't hear you speak clearly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they're trained to try to calm you down. They're trying to reverse.
No.
You want them to freak out?
No, I don't want them freaked out. It's like,
Or you call me and you're panicking. Someone's dead.
no. How about this?
I'm 911.
I want to be real.
Okay.
All right. I'm the dispatcher guy.
Okay.
All right. Call me. Yes.
My wife just stabbed everyone in our neighborhood. She's coming to kill me. Please help. Help.
I already got the cops coming. Boop. It's simple as that.
That's good.
The cops are coming.
But you need to stay on the phone with
No.
You need
Cops
to
are. What am I going to do?
You need to gather information.
No, I want her to not. If you're hiding, you shouldn't be talking on the phone, bitch.
All right, you call me then. Here we go.
All right. Ring, ring. Ring.
It always takes a minute.
Oh, all right. Ring. Ring.
911 dispatch, how can I help you?
My whole family's dead.
Mm-hmm.
You're all stabbed.
Who did it?
I don't know who did it.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
He's still in the house. My two kids are slaughtered. My wife is slaughtered.
Is he close to where your kids are?
They're dead.
Oh, they're all dead. Well, that's okay.
Just call the cops because I hear them near me. I hear them near me.
Okay, well then you should quiet down a little bit, huh?
That's how they are.
Yeah, they are like that.
I don't like it.
Well, I think it's she's busy, man. She's heard this all day. All day she gets these calls. She's sick of this.
Well, get somebody else on there.
All right, this is what you would rather prefer. Ready? Go ahead, call.
Ring.
911 dispatch.
Yeah. Somebody's in the house.
Oh my God! How did they get in the fucking house? Holy shit! How did they get in the fucking house? What the fuck? What did you do? What did you do?
That's not what I want.
I would love to rob a bank, but I want to do it. I want to do it to a bank that's fucked people over, like Wells Fargo. Remember when they got in trouble for fucking everybody over?
Yes.
Come on, man. Can't we clip them?
I would love to rob a bank. I have the voice for it, dude.
You do have a bank robber's
Everybody
voice.
get the fuck down on the ground. You don't know who we are. You don't know what we're capable of.
Amazing.
Don't look at me, motherfucker. I'll end you. Everyone put your phones out. Put them on the ground.
But I'll be holding up a sign that says, hey, we used to be comics. We're definitely not going to hurt anybody.
No, you don't say that. You don't say that. Because then at one point I'm going to go, hey, Andrew, is this funny? Like laying on the ground is cool. You're working at a bit.
We're doing bits. Yeah.
Stay on the fucking ground, you stupid bitch. Is it funny if I go like, laying on the ground's cool when you're having sex? Not when, you know what? Never mind. Go to the safe.
So many white women have looked at my dick, right?
Right.
And they went, yeah, no. Yuck. No,
they would always go, oh, it's not as small as I imagined.
Right.
That always, you know what I mean? That always kind of throws me for.
But it should make you feel kind of good, a little good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, if it was like the opposite, like, oh, it's smaller than I imagined. Right. Then
Is that why you take it out so much? You're proud of it?
Yeah.
You see the brilliant comedic timing on that?
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, you can't. You're born with that.
General meetings they're insane.
Yeah, well, it's
I don't need them anymore.
It's just a thing.
It's nice when you're brand new and no one knows who you are at all.
Yeah, it feels nice.
But this lady had she had never. I was like, I did a sketch show, and she was like, what? It's called Gillian Keeves. I was hoping you might have heard of it before we had a meeting.
You should have went Key and Peele.
Yeah. It's Key and Peele.
I actually write that show.
I'm black. I'm one of the guys.
Send a representative. Like, I'm going to send a representative and then sit like 2 tables over and just wait.
Over here, and then towards the end go, I couldn't help it over here. I'm actually the real Shane Gillis. I'm the one you were supposed to have
Get
this.
devil's double.
I'm the one you were supposed to have this meeting with today. What do you think?
You got to start moving way
Are
smarter.
you ready to start working together now?
You got to start moving way smarter out
I do
here.
need to
dude.
move significantly smarter.
It's fucking like, I'm actually over here. I've been here. This text her halfway
40
through.
chess
Like,
constantly. I'll say, look over to this other table, and I'll go.
and then run.
Sprint out of the meeting.
Leave a fake check to pay for your coffee and run.
Running is very funny, dude. Running publicly is so funny.
It's the best. It's a high speed lifestyle, dude.
Running out of a restaurant is fucking so funny.
Dude, I mean, what is the speed limit for people? What even is it, dude?
A fast walk is nuts.
What about a full
Speed walking out of a restaurant?
I ran to the fucking smoothie place last week. They gave me the wrong order, and I was like, "Well, I don't want the guys waiting on me." And I fucking booked it there and then back. I kind of
You gotta go a little
gassed out.
slower with this smoothie.
Gassed out, but yeah, dude,
That's
I'm
crazy
all
you
about
did that.
just
That's very
fucking
weird.
ripping it. Well, it's like, why not? Who's to dictate the speed for everybody?
You're right.
Let's move.
You think we should introduce running?
Pick up the pace.
So we all finish a meal, pay for it, stand up, put our jackets on. We say,
"No, you don't want to get
hey,
into
it was good to see you." My Uber's actually here right now.
You don't want to get indigestion, dude.
Knock stuff over and sprint. Sprint into the restaurant.
You're so fucking pretty.
Thank you.
You're like that's normally when you meet like an actress or something that you see on TV, or like I know for a fact that I've seen people on TV. This is gonna sound weird, but back in the day, I've seen people on TV, hung out with them, hooked up with them, and then you find them to be a fucking mess, top to bottom. Their eyes are puffy and everything. You're really very pretty. You have no fucking bags under your eyes. You have great skin. Your hair is like fucking Snow White. Your hair's like Snow White.
You're just like taking a jab at me. I mean, like I'm working on these bags, and
You do look
he's
tired.
jealous.
But
He's jealous. You're healthy, and he's fat.
Wow.
Okay.
Did you guys feed her?
It's
a squid?
okay. I even like a fat man. Actually, it's like one of my like fondest memories was getting fucked by a fat man while he was eating a pizza, and then I was eating the pizza too.
Yeah, by the way,
It was like really
hold
fun.
on, I'm gonna have to
There's like a
rearrange.
lot more to rub around, you know.
Make sure that's a highlight.
By the way, all I heard was pizza.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Wait, I can't believe I would never let me eat
Terrible.
pizza.
That
We're
was-
having sex because I throw up in my throat when I sleep.
Oh my
She's like,
gosh.
no, honey, you're gonna throw that up. You know that.
Hey Tony, he looked like he do that thumb trick in front of kids. You know what that pull they thumb about? Yeah,
You making fun of
he like he'll do that thumb trick. Hey, y'all want to see something cool?
Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Every time I watch you, which is never, I get more each time. And tonight, you reminded me of a Malcolm X who didn't give a fuck anymore. And
You dress like you collect paintings, nigga. Shut your ass up. Motherfucker got a room with nothing but pottery and weird ass paintings. You just sitting there and smoke a cigar and admire them. Like, yeah, man. It's like 1.5 million in this room. Look at this thing. You crazy as a motherfucker. I know you drop an old Volkswagen Beetle with that hat. That hat looked like it came with a card trick, nigga. Like, you ever played 3-card money? Pick out the queen. I'll give you $20. Pick out... Go to the gym. That nigga like he do midnight stock at Target. He dressed like he used to hang out with Tony Hawk, nigga. Your ass. I'm the one that showed that nigga the 360 kick flip. Let's hear what you gotta say, looking like Mrs. Doubtfire, bitch. Oh, motherfucker. Robin Williams head ass nigga, the front row. You look like the daddy from Beethoven, nigga. Your ass. You better name him something because when he tears my house up, I gotta call him something.
David, I loved you on that TV show, My 600-Pound Life. Actually, you should audition for that, but you probably have to lose a couple pounds. Hey, David, forget about stand-up. Do a fucking sit-up.
Oh, shit!
I remember my first hangover was after one of the Mountain Trashmore events.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah. But only because we had to get up early. We had to get up like 6 a.m. to catch our flight home.
Did you drink in front of people? What? This is a legit question.
We went to a house party. Yes, I did. We went to a house party.
So people saw you?
Yeah, I was like 18.
Yeah.
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 But I do remember that feeling like, this sucks.
That's amazing.
This is the worst that I'd like, do I have the flu? I couldn't figure it out.
It feels terrible.
Yeah, I wish I had that feeling.
I know. I pushed through that.
I felt great.
Yeah. Wait, do you? So how does Tony Hawk let loose?
I mean, skating has always been my escape and my expression. So
But
it has been through
after
skating.
that, you don't just like sit around and jerk off in the park or something,
I wish, man.
right?
Jerk off in the park.
Wave down a couple of homeless guys. Hey, look at this.
That's living.
Let me tell you something about jerky, okay? Now, like I said, 5 years it came into my life. I still, if you buy the wrong jerky, you're like, what am I doing here? I mean, it's just,
Of course.
you have to grind your incisors
Same thing
together
with
like
trail
you're a
mix.
caveman.
Same thing with trail mix, but go ahead. And you know that I'm right.
Trail mix is never tough.
No. Not tough. You buy the wrong trail mix, it has like an almost chemical taste to it.
All right.
Where there's like, you're like, this is not, something's wrong here.
Okay. Let's just, so the jerky can have a little bit of a weird taste too. Okay.
Sure. Well, yeah,
Sometimes
it's meat in a
jerky is-
bag that doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Yeah, that is
Something's
weird.
wrong.
And then you
But
open it
it's
up. You open it
delicious.
up, and they got that packet in there of chemicals.
Yeah.
because they're like, God forbid.
The same packet that the only other place you find it is in your suitcase.
Yeah, your suitcase. Yeah, you find it in your goddamn luggage. It's like literal chemicals. And they're like, we need these chemicals in here so that the chemicals in that stay as fresh chemicals. And then also
Yes.
it's like, first of all, like orange juice and greeting cards, I don't know where the jerky people have the balls of hitting the price tags they do with the jerky. Okay?
What are you talking about,
A bottom line jerky is $5.99. Dude, $7.99. A bottom line jerky. You're getting a high end jerky. You're going $11.99, $12.99. If you're in the airport, with a top line jerky,
You can't airport us here. You can't airport us
But
here.
I will say,
That's
I will
nuts.
say,
That's nuts. I paid $9.99 for raisins in the airport.
Okay, but the
Don't
dichotomy,
you dare.
the dichotomy
Yeah.
of where I find, you know where I find jerky? In gas station truck stops and at the airport is where I buy my jerky the most.
Okay.
And so I'm looking at the same jerky. I'm paying $14.99.
But I'm telling you something. Hold on a second. Let's call the median price on jerky $9.99. And I think
That's a medium.
I think I'm being liberal there.
Okay. I agree.
But let's say let's call it $9.99. Bub, it's a bag of steak. How much do you want it to cost? I mean, you're buying a bag of steak, for Christ's sakes.
Let me come in right there. You're not buying a bag of steak. Just because it's in a bag doesn't mean you're buying a bag of steak. Because my other gripe with jerky is after you open that and you peel and you pop in there, there's 4.5 pieces of jerky in there. It's $9.99.
You're buying the wrong jerkies.
Nah, dude, you got to be honest with me, right? Jerky bags are never plump. They're never ample. You open that shit up, you take a couple of bites, especially if they're bigger pieces, and you look back in, you're like, oh my God, I got to ration this jerky.
I got to be honest with you. I find
you have to ration jerky.
I disagree. I find that jerky bag offers me a wealth of jerky, way more than I can ever finish in one sitting.
Oh, Joe,
I'm dead serious.
Joe,
I'm dead serious.
I'll give you it when it's truthful. But my problem with
little jerky goes a long way.
My problem with jerky is that you're not getting a second helping out of jerky. You're not, unless you're buying a motherload bag. I mean, but your typical bag is.
I'm talking Jack Links. I'm talking Jack Links.
Jack
turkey.
Links is, yeah.
I'm talking.
Not Jack Links is.
This doesn't get a bigger laugh. That doesn't get a bigger laugh.
The bull?
I'm doing the emblem of Jack Links to you, and
That's
you
good.
nothing.
No, it was good.
Nothing.
It was good.
Nothing.
I mean, I think you're giving it a little too much credit. I think.
All right, Jesus. If I did that on stage, if I went, "Did you ever buy Jack Links?"
Tore the house down.
No, I've never done it, but I have a feeling it would.
Jerry Stiller would have loved it.
When you find out you're not getting out, you're not bailing out, you're not taking the deal, so they're not kicking you out.
Yeah.
That's when you get sent to like what would be Rikers, which is long-term county jail holding, right? So I'm at the Portland equivalent of Rikers, okay? And I was in there for like 8 months, and fighting my case, fighting inmates, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I saw some video where you said, I didn't see sunlight for 8 months. I'm like, bro, you're from Portland. We're not about to feel bad for you. You were built for this.
Dog. Were you early on AIM too? Because I talked about this with somebody recently. But
What's
I
AIM?
used to go AOL Instant Message.
Oh.
I used to go into the chat rooms. Like at first, I was like in basketball interest and talking.
Sure, I was like wrestling and stuff like that.
And then I would go into like divorce or sex or
yeah.
whatever, and I'd be talking to who I assumed were divorced women, but probably some
just-
sort of old guy.
Yeah.
And like talking about how to spice up their marriage and like what AIM.
How old
would
are
do.
you?
I'm like 11.
Holy
At my
shit. Did you ever think about
grandparents.
pee and cum?
Dude, I'm at like my grandparents' one computer in their living room looking over my back as my grandpa's watching the Giants. And I'm like, talking to
Wait,
who I
you're
think is
11 years old trying to tell some lady how to spice up her marriage?
Yes.
Have you ever Did your husband like roller coasters?
What the fuck, man? Dolores, you got to get the magic bag.
You need to go to Action Park, lady.
I said to my wife, I said, when we get married, I said, if you're not pregnant by the time I'm 45, I'm not doing it. Because after that, I'm not doing it.
Oh, wow.
And now I've had the vasectomy.
Oh, so it's tied up.
Well, it's snipped or whatever.
Does cum come out or no?
See, this is funny because my father...
I'm curious.
This is in my new special coming out February 14th. But my father, I told him, I said, I'm getting a vasectomy. And he said, oh, don't do it. And I said, why? And he said, because most women, not all women, they like to see the cum.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and I said, Dad, when you have a vasectomy, you still ejaculate. It just doesn't work anymore. And he went, oh, get one then.
Really?
Well, what happens is, they snip it. I paid to get knocked out. Most people just do it with laughing gas these days. And the guy gives you a certificate like you're a child at the end of it. Like you've been I don't imagine they do that when women get their tubes tied. I don't think they'd be that patronizing. But for men, they're just like, this. I got a certificate. Right? So the guy cuts it and then you got to you got to have 30 wanks.
I thought it was 50.
Well, my guy only asked for 30.
What's a wank?
Wow, you got to clear out.
You got to come 30 times.
You're not-
Oh, that's how
it's not
Australians
safe
call
and-
jerking off. Wank.
Yeah, having a wank.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So you got to do 30 loads, and then you got to send him your 31st load to make sure that the vasectomy worked because you've cleared out of the balls of any active semen. As I was leaving, he went, oh, by the way, the record's 19 days.
Wow.
And I was like, I can do that easy. That's like, give me a hotel room and a headset.
Yeah.
I can get that done quick.
Yeah, what do you mean 19 days?
Well, this is the problem. The first 7 days, you don't want to touch it. Because there's still a stitch there and stuff. You don't want to be pulling against the stitch. So that takes away a lot of your wank days.
Oh, I see. The wank day. Yeah.
The wank days.
So if he 7 days, so that gave him 12 days to get rid of 30 wanks.
Yes.
That's the math.
Wow, I see what did the math. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you how many wanks would you need to do then?
About three a day.
3 a day.
Wow. Yeah.
And I haven't wanked 3 a day since I was.
Oh, I've done that plenty of times in hotel rooms, of course, when you've got nothing to do.
Wait, as an adult?
Yeah.
When your memory?
When I'm on I use porn. I'm not like a fucking animal. I don't just sit there reminiscing.
Yeah.
Looking up.
I know, but do you? Could I have some questions? Do you? How long is the break between sessions?
Oh, it doesn't take long. You've never had sex like twice in an hour?
No.
What's your refractory period? How
None.
long?
24 hours.
Really?
I'm like one of those muskets.
Oh, it takes.
Yeah, it takes a long time to load. Yeah. I don't have a modern pistol. So it's like it takes me a long.
I got a lot of bullets, but I only got one magazine.
What's your perfect meal?
I have a few of them, man. I got a
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Turn
me into a cat.
String bean, I tell you, I got it bad, baby. I got it bad. I love it all.
Your voice is funnier with the worst posture you have.
It's about to be upside down in a minute.
I have a sober friend, and I'm always like, well, I drink, but I can always get my shit done. He's like, you're justifying.
Yeah.
It's like a sober thing that he always calls me out on. I'm like, I get everything done, and I drink. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't really get that hungover, and if I do, I push through. And he's like, you see, you can't stop. So he's always giving me shit. Same thing with the road. Like, you gotta connect. I don't do those gigs. And you're like, you want to do that gig?
We'd be going up in the city when we were doing spots. It's like, you know, I don't want to go to Dangerfield. It's like,
right.
You're like, because you can't, or it's going to be hard. And so if you're not going to something that's like hard or like pushing yourself, working out would be, you're not pushing yourself to a limit of uncomfortableness.
I'd rather go to Russian than Dangerfields, honestly.
Yeah.
That was a pretty rough room.
It's the same way. It's the same thing.
That was a tough room. I remember the velvet seats and the
Bridge and Tunnel.
I remember they would have you do 25 minutes in there.
Yes.
And then the host would often forget. So you're doing like 30, you end up doing like 32.
Right.
There's like 8 people in there.
And I remember, you can't wait to get off. You're like, where is that guy?
Dude, I was dying. Because I remember going in at first, I'm like, 25 minutes. You know how much work I'm going to get done in here? And then I just be bombing for 25 minutes. I remember one time there's 8 people in there. I watched 3 people, they get walked in to sit down during my set. And they give it like one joke and they're just like, and they just walked out. Just a humiliating.
You're doing a long enough time that they think about it and leave. And it's just one comment.
They book a flight back home to Cleveland. That club had a grand piano on stage, and by the end of the set, like, you start by standing next to it, then you put an elbow.
Stats from the month of February to end this video. Joe DeRosa made the most guest appearances last month, going on a total of 5 different podcasts, including Take Your Shoes Off with Rick Glassman, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, Dr. Drew After Dark, and more. There was a 3-way tie for the most viewed episode of the month that came down to Dave Portnoy on This Past Weekend, Ralph Barbosa on Flagrant, and Yomi Park on Flagrant, with all 3 videos currently sitting at 1.4 million views each. Also, if you haven't watched our interview with Chris Stefano yet, it'll be linked on the end screen after this video, so please check that out if you have nothing to do after this. You're already on YouTube. Maybe check it out. Thank you for watching this video so much. We'll be back Monday with some more comedy news. Make sure to subscribe if you want to join the fastest growing community of comedy fans anywhere on the internet, right here on Joke World. That's it.